Worried a fidget or quick glance will make you look nervous. One gesture will not sink you. People lock onto the pattern you repeat over minutes. That is what reads as confident or not. Here is the simple shift that takes pressure off every tiny move. Most of us get caught in a trap. We believe there's a spotlight on our every move, so we try to police each small action. Don't let the leg bounce. Make more eye contact. Stop touching your face. It's exhausting because you're trying to manually control a system that runs on autopilot, and it focuses on the wrong thing. Other people's brains are too busy to track your every fidget. Instead, their mind does something far more efficient. It looks for a pattern. It averages you out. People don't judge you off a single twitch. They form an impression from the signal you send consistently over time. Your baseline beats any one gesture. Think about how a song feels. One wrong note does not ruin it. The rhythm you hold does the work. Your presence is the same. Hold a clear rhythm that people can follow. Then a slip vanishes into the beat. This isn't just a theory, it's a fundamental way our brains work. In classic studies, strangers watch silent video clips of teachers, some just 6 seconds long. Their snap judgments of a teacher's effectiveness strongly predicted how that teacher's actual students would rate them at the end of a full semester. This isn't mind reading, it's high-speed pattern recognition. The brain instinctively asks, is this person's behavior coherent? Is there a consistent rhythm? A teacher who shows a stable pattern of open gestures and calm presence, even for a few seconds, sends a powerful signal of reliability that holds true over time. The brain compresses a lot of small signals into one judgment. It does not count each blink. It looks for what repeats. Consistent posture, a calm voice, a steady pace, those are the cues that add up. Here's the trap of focusing on single tells. Decades of research show that people are terrible at spotting lies from one isolated sign, like darting eyes or fidgeting hands. Overall accuracy hovers around 54%, barely better than a coin flip. Why? Yes, because a single cue has too many possible meanings. Averting your gaze could be dishonesty, but it is just as likely to be deep thought or even a sign of respect depending on your culture. Tapping fingers could be anxiety, but it could also be excitement, boredom, or a way someone with ADHD maintains focus. Without a stable baseline to compare against, a single gesture is just noise. Professional investigators understand this deeply. They don't look for a single gotcha moment. They spend time establishing a person's normal pattern of speaking and moving in a low-stakes conversation. That's the baseline. The real information comes later when a difficult question causes a deviation from that established norm. Meaning comes from the change, not from an isolated gesture. So how do you build a steady baseline? Start with your eyes. While norms vary widely across cultures and individuals, studies in some Western contexts have found a comfortable sweet spot. For strangers, mutual eye contact averages around 3 seconds. Shorter can feel evasive, longer can feel intense. So use this as a guide to find a relaxed rhythm. Hold a gaze for a few seconds, then briefly glance away to gather a thought, then gently return. It's not about staring, it's about creating a predictable, comfortable pattern, a conversational heartbeat that people can follow. Use the same idea with your voice. Smooth pace. Finish your thought. Short pause. Then invite theirs. You are signaling ease, not rush. Next, let's talk about posture. You've probably heard about power poses, the idea that standing in an expansive way can change your own body chemistry, boosting confidence hormones and making you feel more powerful. However, rigorous follow-up studies have shown that these internal hormonal effects don't reliably hold up. But that's not the end of the story. What does hold up, study after study, is that an open, expansive posture powerfully signals confidence and competence to others. The lesson isn't to biohack your feelings. It's to understand that your posture is a constant broadcast to everyone around you. It's an external signal, not an internal magic pill. So choose displays you can hold without strain. Open torso, shoulders uncurled, hands visible. When you listen, be still. When you speak, let your gestures match the point. Duration beats intensity. Context can completely flip the meaning of a gesture. For example, looking away from someone is often seen as a sign of weakness or dishonesty. But cognitive science tells a different story. People often avert their gaze when asked a difficult question because it reduces their mental load. Processing a human face takes up a surprising amount of brain power. By looking away at a blank wall, you free up those cognitive resources to focus on memory recall or complex problem solving. So a quick glance away isn't always nerves. It can be a sign of intense focus. Think of a junior doctor on a chaotic hospital ward. They move quickly between patients, their eyes constantly scanning monitors, charts, and IV drips. To a worried family member, this darting gaze might initially look like panic or inexperience. But over the next 10 minutes, a clearer baseline emerges. The doctor's voice is calm, their explanations are clear, and their orders to the nursing staff are decisive. The rapid eye movements weren't a signal of anxiety, they were the mark of a professional scanning a complex, data-rich environment. The context of the task revealed the true meaning. This is why you can't rely on a simple body language dictionary. You have to read the context, and that includes culture and neurodiversity. In some East Asian cultures, sustained eye contact with a superior is seen as disrespectful, while in many Western offices, it's expected. Furthermore, a person's baseline is unique to them. Traits associated with ADHD or autism can mean some people naturally fidget more or have different patterns of eye contact. This isn't a flaw or a signal of anything other than who they are. The key is to compare a person to their own normal, not to a generic, imagined ideal. Let's make this real with a story from an interview panel. Two candidates sit down. In the first minute, each shows a small human sign of nerves. One candidate occasionally scratches their wrist, the other has a bouncing leg. If the panel only judged these single tells, they might be stuck. But over the next 30 minutes, a clear baseline emerges. The candidate with the bouncing leg consistently maintains an open torso, speaks in a clear voice, and holds eye contact for a few seconds at a time while listening. The panel later remembers that candidate as focused and confident. Why not? Because their steady average, their consistent open rhythm, outweighed a single twitch. A firm handshake can help, but research shows it only explains a tiny fraction of an interview's outcome. The pattern over time does the heavy lifting. Another story from a presentation. A product manager looks slouched in a frozen screenshot while sharing a screen. That still image screams low confidence. In the room, the baseline is different. During questions, they square up. They gesture to clear points in the room. They hold brief eye contact, then check their notes, then return. People nod along. They earn high marks. A screenshot lies. Sustained behavior tells the truth. Here is how to build a strong baseline. Pick two behaviors to make automatic. First, open angles. Uncurl your shoulders. Keep your torso open. Let your hands be visible. Second, conversational cadence. Finish your sentences, then pause. Hold eye contact for a couple of seconds, then glance away and back. Add a quiet anchor. Be still when you listen. Move when you make a point. That contrast reads as control. Practice in short reps. Take a question, answer for 1 minute. Record it. Watch the average, not the outliers. Do 3 passes. You will see the rhythm settle. And just a quick check-in here. If this idea of focusing on your baseline instead of every single gesture is already feeling helpful, the best way to support more deep dives like this is to take a second and hit the subscribe button. It lets us know we're bringing you valuable ideas. Set the tone in the first minute. Your entrance sets the rhythm others expect. Walk in at a calm pace. Breathe out gently. Open your shoulders. Greet with a warm face. Offer brief eye contact. Use names if you have them. Sit or stand with your feet planted. Stack your spine. Keep your hands visible. Then hold the same rhythm for the whole conversation. You are telling everyone what normal looks like for you. So let's bring this all together. It's crucial to remember that your preparation and the quality of what you say will always matter most. A warm handshake might help in a tiebreaker, but great ideas and a steady presence dominate outcomes. The nonverbal signals we've been talking about are the layer on top, the channel through which your ideas are received. By focusing on your baseline, you're not trying to be perfect. You're simply making your channel as clear and interference-free as possible. Because true confidence isn't the absence of every nervous tick or slip-up. It's the presence of a steady, reliable pattern that people can see, understand, and ultimately trust. Here is the reframe to keep. One gesture does not make or break you. Your baseline does. Build a rhythm that is calm, open, and repeatable. Let small misses pass through that rhythm. People will remember how you held the room over minutes, not the twitch at second 12. If this shifted how you see it, subscribe to Knowledge Worth Sharing and get a little sharper every day. There are more videos on simple mental models for work and life waiting on the channel. If you enjoyed this, a quick like helps more curious people find it. Thanks for watching, take good care, and see you next time.